What is something free from the internet everyone should take advantage of?
Goodrx. If you haven't seen the depressing commercials, this is an app that gives you discounts on prescription medications. My dog has epilepsy and I save about $200 a month on his pills.
If you still have an independent pharmacy in your area, please consider supporting them instead. For many drugs they are cheaper than the big chains in the first place, but they'll often price match too. Discount cards like Goodrx save you money, but charge the pharmacy a fee on every claim. Needims is another good resource.
Not exactly legal, but Z Library. BOK. CC. Has PDF copies of almost every publication ever, including books, magazines, textbooks, and science journals. I use it for PDF copies of books I already own. It does nothing but free up space.
That's cool. Not exactly legal is Reddit's second name.
https .com is a website that checks through a database of breaches to see if any account associated with your email has been compromised. Edit, being .net is pretty common, especially if you use the same email for many websites. But there is no need to be concerned if you have been .net multiple times. Almost all will be from mass data breaches, and it is unlikely you will ever be targeted specifically. However, it is a good idea to close accounts you no longer use, and to change the passwords on accounts you use regularly.
I have been .net. I'm Club Penguin Reardon and Canva.
Any student stuck on paywalls to see studies? Here's a way to get around a lot of them. Sci-Hub, removing barriers in the way of science. Sci-Hub. TW.
It's made by the same people that made Library Genesis, Gen, Lib, Rust, Egg, Unsplash, Com, Unsplash, Com, free, super high quality photographs. I also use as reference for sketches, artwork.
Pixabay and Pexels too.
I bring to you radio. Garden, my friend. Radio stations from around the globe. Just spin it a bit and click where you want to get a list of radio stations from that country. Great for people who like foreign music, language learners, or people looking to reconnect with something back home. Alternatively, Worldwide Radio is an app for Chrome and Firefox, but also has a list of global radio stations if you prefer that. Number of stations is much smaller, though.
The FreeCycle Network. www.freecycle.org. A free-to-sign-up nonprofit website that helps people give away free stuff that they do not need to people who need it in their local town, neighborhood. Their goal is to promote reuse of goods that would otherwise go into landfills. Things I've gotten from FreeCycle. KitchenAid mixer, needed a $5 gear. 52. Toshiba HD TV. A whole-ass grandfather clock, beautiful and perfectly working. Solid wood antique dresser in perfect condition. Early 1900s Edison cylinder phonograph. Pair of mid-1950s darkroom timers. Dozens of board games, including a first edition Candyland. Hundreds of books. So many clothes and shoes, including a flower girl dress my daughter used as a dress-up toy for years. Things I've given to FreeCycle. A poopload of baby gear, high-end car seats. Unexpired. High-end stroller. Hundreds of baby and children's clothing items. Artwork and posters. Lots of car parts and bulbs. A really nice DeWalt circular saw. I had two for some reason. So many other things that would have just gone to the dump, but others found real value in. I cannot recommend FreeCycle enough. Edit, the clock. https, Yowdo. B. PD0EJNM7 by.
Libby is an app you can use to borrow audiobooks and ebooks for free, as long as you have a library card. Also free.
Panoply is the movie streaming version of Libby. Also just as dope.
https, oldjamesdownload.com. Free old computer games. Some good ones from my childhood. Marathon. The Incredible Machine. 1 and 2. Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit 1 and 2, Underground 1 and 2, Most Wanted, Carbon. Tony Hawk. Pro Skater 2 and 3 and 4, Underground 1 and 2. Simpsons Hit and Run. Final Fantasy. Baldur's Gate. The Lord of the Rings.
Do not forget 3w.myabandonware.blah blah blah.
Wolfram Alpha. They have a lot of cool tools for math, science, and even things like nutrition.
I owe at least half of my physics degree to Wolfram Alpha.
Stack Overflow because I wouldn't be a developer without it.
Your answer has been marked as a duplicate.
This channel's videos. Absolutely free and fun to watch. Just subscribe. And also, LibriVox, which is volunteers reading books from Project Gutenberg. It's not always top quality, but it is nice to have. Basically, people sign up to read certain chapters or entire books and record and submit them. So even the sight impaired can enjoy Project Gutenberg. LibriVox.org. LibriVox.org.
https, the noun project.com has a wide selection of icons. I use them for presentations. Thanks. I did not know about this. I am probably going to use it in the future.
WordHippo. www.wordhippo.com. It is, hands down, the best online thesaurus ever. You can search synonyms and antonyms. And it includes slang, explicit language, and multi-word phrases, all of which are typically excluded in other thesauruses I've used. This feature lets you find both more specific, academic, professional words and more general, slang, colloquial words. It saved my sanity in term papers and texts alike. When you search a word or phrase, you get a page that breaks down synonyms by meaning and part of speech. Check out this page for live. www.wordhippo.com. What is another word for live? HTML. With 11 verb usages, 13 adjective usages, and 3 adverb usages. Bonus, I actually ended up usaging to WordHippo while writing this comment.
Hell yeah, thank you. Way better than thesaurus. And Merriam-Webster.com. Been using those for years just because Google spits them out first. Bookmarked.
TurboTaxSuccess.com. It's created by Hassan Minhaj with a list of websites to file free taxes with direct links, instead of misleading users to paying. Hassan Minhaj talks about it in his Patriot Act Volume 6 episode, Why Doing Taxes is So Hard. Edit. Wow. I'm really glad I watched this episode, and happened to be on this post at the same time. I just wish this post was sooner than the tax due date. Thank you, URPENDLETON18 for my first gold. And thank you, Energy Tackerlet for my first +1 award. I saw his episode and actually just used the site to file my taxes through TurboTax Free File. The real one.
Tubi TV. It has a ton of movies. Not exactly box office hits, but it's got movies and they change every month. I've watched movies like Fury and Airplane on there. Best part is you can get it in phone, laptop, and PS4 as far as I know of. 100% free, 100% recommend. Edit, they also have TV shows and anime. I've watched One Punch Man and Fairy Tail.
Tubi has some of the best cheesy movies ever. I recommend watching The Velocipaster.
If you are a student, or are really trying to stay focused at work, there's an app called The Forest. Stay focused. I could be wrong, but it is definitely The Forest. It's a free app that's available as an extension on Google Chrome or the Apple App Store. Basically, you plant a tree, set a time limit, and you can only go on the sites that you've added to the wood list or your tree will die. It's designed to stop you from always being in social media while you are supposed to be studying or doing something productive. I prefer Stay Focused. Immediately blocks your access from any site. Edit, to clarify. You can set the blacklisted sites you want to block, and even a fixed period of time you have per day to browse those sites.
EDX. It's completely free online courses. Usually 2 to 6 weeks per course. Taught by professors from top-notch universities from all over the world. Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Oxford. It's just like taking classes from a university. With assignments, lectures to watch, etc. And the courses are varied and interesting. Another online use people do not think about is libraries. Go to your local library, get a card, and you get a huge selection of books right on your phone, Kindle, laptop, etc. You check out the books online and you get them on your device for 3 weeks usually. The book then deletes itself, but you can check the book back out if need be. It's completely free. Edit, here's the EDX. 3w.ex.blah blah blah. Link.
And did you know? If you want a credit for a course that you have taken on X, but the price is too high, usually $200 per credit, Just send them a letter to explain for your financial problem. 99% of the time they will grant you support for 90% of the cost for every credit. I took 5 damn quality credits for supply chain management from MIT. Yes, MIT. And only paid around $100. Super stunk, my friends. All my friends are enjoying this better than any course we have in university. Khan Academy. It's free knowledge.
It's got me through college.
Can't believe I haven't seen anyone say 3w.photop. Blah blah. It's literally free Photoshop, and it is even web-based.
My graphic design teacher taught us about Photoshop with this site because the school did not want to waste money on Photoshop that kids would only use for one class. It's a fantastic site. You can do figuratively anything you can do with Photoshop. 9, 5, 10 would recommend.
My 90s TV. www.my90stv.com. This is more of a novelty website to kill some time. But I think it is pretty cool. And you can easily lose yourself for hours with nostalgia. It basically uses YouTube videos to simulate watching TV in 90s. And you can specify what year you want and what categories you want to see when you change channels. And there is also a My 80s TV. www.my80stv.com. And a My 70s TV. www.my70stv.com. And the dev has said they are considering building one for the 2000s.
Sometimes I just binge watch these.
DaVinci Resolve is a great editing software.
HiFilm Express is another great one. I started with DaVinci and found that HiFilm is more intuitive for me. Give both a try, see what you like.
A fun thing to just check out is the first ever website. Info. CERN. CH. Hypertext. www. The project. HTML. Something else that's really cool is the Library of Babel. Library-operable. Info. Which essentially contains every possible string of letters, periods, and commas. At first glance it seems a bit uninteresting, until you realize every story, text message, word, thought, the names of every person who ever lived, the names of every person who did not live. The secrets behind the creation of our universe are technically within the many volumes of the library. You can search anything you want in the library, and it'll find it for you. It's honestly quite mind-blowing.
Wait. How does it have my full name together like that in a sea of random words? What am I missing?
GovTrack. Us. www.govtrack.us. It's a website dedicated to tracking the bills and votes of Congress. You can find out who proposed what bill, when they did, and when they will be voting on it. Critical for staying in the know. Edit turned it into a link so it is easier to access.
This comment needs more attention, thanks.
https archive. Org. For the silly thing semester I forgot to rent some of my books for reading, and this website had everything I needed for free. It's also the only reliable website where I can watch Norm Macdonald live too, which is always a plus.
Archive.org. I found my favorite old computer game on this site.
Quizlet. Appendsax.org. Appendsax.org. For free textbooks. Khan Academy. The YouTube videos can teach you to do anything.
My teacher copied and pasted tests from there when he was being lazy. As a
7 Cups. www.7cups.com. 16,640,439. It is a free, safe, and anonymous way to talk to trained listeners about anything going on in your life. There are also group chat rooms where you can talk to peers who may experience something similar to you. I couldn't recommend it more.
This actually sounds interesting. That said, I'd probably be too awkward to do it. Still, I'm glad this exists.